Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Press Start Podcast. This is episode 5, and I am Nostalgic Dan 1 from YouTube, and I am one of your co-hosts. I am also joined by two other fantastic co-hosts. One of them is Clive, aka Quick Freeze 4. How are you doing?
Oh, that's so nice. You called me fantastic.
Fantastic. You're all fantastic.
Thanks, man.
And I'm also joined by Mr. How are you doing? And he's
I'm pretty good. Pretty good.
What? What? You were silent at the beginning.
I'm pretty good.
Okay. And we have a guest, of course, and we are joined by Cody, aka DonDonRaiden. How are you doing today?
Dude, I am fantastic. How you guys doing?
We're all fantastic.
That's a good way to be, man. I can't complain.
We are the Fantastic Four.
There we go. Which one are we? Is Technosqueek, are you Miss Invisible? The Invisible Lady?
He's definitely the invisible lady.
Oh. No, dude. I'm Torch.
Torch.
I don't know. I put it to a vote. Who here wants Techno to be the invisible woman? I do.
I do.
I'm raising both my hands.
All right. So, well, you are now the invisible woman, Techno.
Oh.
Congratulations.
That's no good.
Put it to a vote, dude. You have no say.
Majority rules.
Okay. Whatever. Let's get on with this shit.
So, Cody, why don't you tell us a little bit about your multiple channels? I know you have a few on YouTube and your podcast that you're a part of.
Yeah, dude. You know what? A while back, I did open up quite a few channels, but that kind of got cumbersome over time. So I kind of I put a couple of them down. Laid them down for good. So basically, I'm just mainly running my channel now, which is DonDonRaiden. It's also, got the sub-name of the Average Gamer Show on YouTube. And I also have a new channel that we just opened up for our podcast, which is also called the Average Gamer Show. You can find that over at the Average Gamer Show on YouTube as well. Basically, I do the same thing everybody else does. Unboxings, games I pick up, stuff like that. Every once in a while, I'll go into a small rant and, talk about what I'm doing and all that good stuff. But what I've been focusing mainly on here lately is the podcast, and I run the podcast, The Average Gamer Show, like I already mentioned, with a couple other YouTubers, Blake's Game Room and Medium Flipper. Don't know if you guys have heard of those, but they're pretty cool guys. Sometimes they can be a little bitchy, but we take it how we can get it. Other than that, I have a lot of fun doing that. We just opened up a brand new website for it too. I'll do a quick little cheesy plug here. Check it out over at the Average. It's actually called AverageGamershow.com. I just got that up and going. That's going to be the future home for all of our podcasts, as well as like our reviews and YouTube videos and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm doing all kinds of things, keeping busy. It's kind of hard to keep up with the time and post videos and stuff like that. But I'm definitely trying. Definitely keeping me busy.
Yep, I know how that is.
Yeah, definitely.
I think we all know.
Yep. I haven't posted a video in like 2 weeks on my main channel, and it's weird. I keep getting subs, which is good, I guess. I guess people like my content. I think I'm up to like 517 subs now, so
yeah.
I can't complain. I'm pretty happy for that.
Nice.
Totally in the same boat as you.
Kind of feel proud. It's like somebody actually likes what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome. So all the listeners, viewers can check you out.
They can check me out.
And your awesome beard.
And my awesome beard. And if they really want to check me out, just PM me. I'll send you some more pictures.
Up close.
Up close and personal.
You heard it, listeners. That's an invitation right there.
I'll show you my other beard.
Oh, dear God.
Hey, that's how we roll.
Oh my gosh.
That's how we roll.
And that's how we start this podcast.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So, what have you guys been up to? How you guys doing?
We are fantastic.
Yeah, we already established how fantastic we are.
Right on.
No, we're just, like you said, we're being busy. Like, right now I'm working on, like, 3 different videos and trying to get them up before this weekend is just hard, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You're doing much better than I am.
I gotta shoot a video.
Because I don't even have any videos to work on.
Well, I got my 200 sub video I'm working on. I got a new Quick Freeze Versus coming up. And then, you know, your typical pickup video that I gotta work on, so.
Yeah. I got lots of videos in the works, too. Like, I was going to do a pickups video this week, but one of the games I wanted to include in it got delayed by, like, a couple of days, so I don't know if I'll get it this weekend. And if I don't, I got to wait a whole nother week to actually include it.
And what game is this?
This is Atelier Totori, Adventure of Arlen. It's a quirky NIS game. It was supposed to come out on the 27th when all these other games came out, like Solo to Robo, Eco, and Shadow of the Colossus. But it got delayed, like, they said either today, but I don't think so. I think it's going to be tomorrow. It's a RPG that's focused around, like, alchemy.
Right on, right on.
And, of course, I got the premium edition. I had to because it comes with an art book and a soundtrack CD.
Cool.
And
Speaking of which, I need to pick up the new Eco and Shadow of Colossus collection.
Yeah, me too.
Have you picked that up yet, Dan?
No, and, like, I recently got a PS3, and I'm debating whether I want it, because, like, I kind of just want to go back on the PS2 and then buy Eco and Shadow separately, and I'll be happy.
I don't know, man. I really enjoy having, you know, the compilation discs because they're just, you know, obviously they're so easy. You can just pop it in, have the choice of either games. You know they're going to look good on, like, a, you know, a bigger TV. You know, obviously, if you're into trophies and stuff like that, it's got that support. So I'm big for compilation discs.
Yeah.
I like them.
I like them too. It's just a collector in me that those are both really special games that I'd like to have the physical copy for both of them.
Right. Yeah, then again, you can always get this,
But,
you know, edition just to play and have the other ones to collect as well.
It's true.
Yeah. But, isn't there a part in it which wasn't in the PS2 version? Like, you couldn't understand something because it wasn't in English, and then, but now in the PS3 version, there's that part that has the English subtitles in it.
Which game?
I've heard something about Eco.
No. Unfortunately, I never had the opportunity to play either one of them. That's why I really want to pick up this collection.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about, Techno. Isn't it like something like you can finally understand what the girl says?
Yeah, I think so. Because
Yeah,
they did that for, like, Europe or whatever, but they never did it for us, for the U.S., I think. I may be wrong.
Bastards.
But now we can understand her in the PS3 version.
She says, fuck you guys.
Alright, so why don't we get into games we've been playing, starting with our guest.
Yep.
Wow, games I've been playing recently.
Dun, dun, dun.
I've been playing a lot of PlayStation 3 lately. I just got something that jumped up in my ass and made me want to play PS3, so that's basically what I've been playing for, like, all summer long. And it started out with Uncharted 2. Started playing that online, and I got completely hooked. I've been playing with a lot of YouTubers, and that game is absolutely fantastic. If you guys, you know, and it's not even like the shooting aspects, it's just like the whole aerobatics and, you know, the gameplay itself. It's absolutely fantastic. I would definitely recommend anybody checking that out, especially the Game of the Year edition, which is what I picked up. It happens to have all the DLC, or like 98% of the DLC free with it, so go that route if you're going to pick it up. But I've just been playing the crap out of that. I finally got Uncharted 1 in, which was a big fiasco. I ordered both of them on Amazon back on like August 24th because they were on like super sale. Like the first one was like $14 and the second one was like $18 on sale. So I ordered them at the same time. I got Uncharted 2 like 2 weeks later, but it wasn't until like middle of September that I finally got the first Uncharted. So when that finally came in, I sit down like 2 weeks ago or last week or whatever, and I played through it, and that was just fantastic. I hadn't actually sit down and played a game on hard and enjoyed it as much as I did that game in a long time. And just the whole story arc, everything about it, the characters, the way that they just put everything together was just so well done. And I got to say, Uncharted is really starting to become one of my favorite series of this generation. I mean, I'm just having a complete blast with it. And then picked up Resistance 3, which that's all I have been doing today is going through and trying to beat the campaign. I played a little bit of the multiplayer in the last couple weeks. I got up to like level 20 or something like that. Then I kind of put that down because Gears 3 came out, which I also played the heck out of. I haven't played the campaign on that yet because I skipped out on the second one. Are you guys big Gears fans?
I played the first two, and
Right on. I played the first one when it first came out way back when. But for whatever reason, I just completely skipped out on the second one because I'm not really. I play them, but I'm not like huge into shooters. At least, like third-person shooters.
Yeah.
But I do play them. I pick most of them up when they come out. Mainly probably because of the social gaming aspect with it. That's what a lot of my friends and stuff are playing. So I usually pick them up just so I can say I have something to play with friends with.
yeah, I understand too, but because I have a lot of friends that are playing that game right now, and they're like, "Oh, come on, play Gears of War 3," and I'm like, "Well, I'm not really interested in the multiplayer. I'm mainly interested just in the story."
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I haven't picked it up yet, and I'm kind of waiting until it's like $20, and then I'll pick it up.
No time. It'll be 20 in no time.
Dude, honestly, I gotta say, the horde mode in this game is absolutely fantastic. It completely drew me in. It's so much fun with a bunch of friends. You gotta, I would say pick it up and rent it for a weekend or whatever and play it with your friends, see how you like it. Because I think if you even like it just a little bit, you'll want to go out and pick it up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a blast. Like I said, I had no intention on picking up. I actually let my Xbox Live membership run out last month, and I was like, you know what? I'm so satisfied with PlayStation right now. I became a PlayStation Plus subscriber. I was just so satisfied with that I just screw it. I'll just let it run out because I just wasn't enjoying it as much as I used to. But then that game came out, and all my friends, Medium Flipper, Point Blank Games, all those guys, they were playing it, and they finally talked me into it, so I had to pick it up. And I gotta say, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I'm glad I spent the money on it. But yeah, other than that, I've been playing some Plants vs. Zombies here and there, which is kind of my kind of go-to game when I'm just casually trying to shoot the shit, trying to pick something up and play it.
Nice.
So yeah. Yep, I've been playing Resistance 3 all day today. I'm literally on the second to last level, so I've almost got the campaign beat. Started that on hard today. I'm really enjoying it. It's not my favorite in the series, but it should be a pretty good conclusion to it. So, who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Go for it.
All right. Well, first off, Don, it's all right if you play the single player of Gears 3, because before you even start playing, there is a movie that tells you all about what happened in 1 and 2.
Really?
So,
yeah. I think I'm gonna wait.
That's what I heard.
Because you can pick the second one up pretty cheap now. I think new for $20.
Yeah.
So I'm not too worried about it. I'll pick it up one day and give it a playthrough. Because I don't think it's. I remember the first one only took me 6 hours to beat. I can't see the second game being too much longer.
Nah, the second game's not that long. It was fun.
Right on.
But yeah, guess I'll start. I've been playing some Counter-Strike Source on PC, on Steam. Just been playing the bots, just practicing up for Counter-Strike Go. Yeah. Global Offense, I think it's called. And I got the urge to install Grand Theft Auto 3 and started playing that again for my PC. It was the trilogy of 3, Vice City and San Andreas. I bought that from GameStop like a long time ago, and wanted it for 3 because 3 is my favorite in the series because I just love the characters and the story of it.
Nice.
But
Well, you don't like the Ballad of Gay Tony?
well, I've never played that one. Or
I'm just kidding,
Lost
man.
and Damned.
No, I'm just kidding.
I've only played 3, Vice City, San Andreas. I just couldn't get into San Andreas that much. I know a lot of people really like that game, though.
Yeah.
And 4.
So, Technosqueek, you a big PC gamer?
Yeah, I would say yeah. I play PC games whenever I have, the right internet that lets me.
Right. I used to be a big PC gamer back in the day when like specs and stuff wasn't that big of an issue where everything was kind of playable. But nowadays, man, I'm a Mac user, but one day I will have a gaming PC again. And that day will be when Diablo 3 releases.
Yeah. Which got delayed. In case no one knows.
It's okay. That game can get delayed as many times as it wants, and then I'll be there.
Yeah.
That just means it'll be better.
There's too many games coming out.
Yeah.
It reminded me about my little thing about
Your little thing.
Batman. No, oh my God!
He calls his little thing
On
Batman.
Facebook.
So
Oh my
is that what you
God.
call your little thing? Diablo? The Diablo 3?
No, damn it! You better be cutting this out quick.
I'm leaving this all in. I don't care. I'm leaving it all in.
You're an asshole.
We're bringing it, man. We're bringing it.
But
Yeah.
I was going to say this, the whole thing about too many games coming out reminded me of my Facebook post about me maybe canceling my pre-order on Batman to
Boo.
import Sonic Generations from UK.
The collector's edition.
Dude, I'm a big Sonic fan. I have to. I have to get that game or
I'm getting
that
it too.
collector's edition.
I'm getting it too, but man, you got to get Batman. It's such a good series.
I know it is. I'm going to have both. I know I will. I might have to ask for Batman for Christmas though, but I probably will have money to buy Batman, so I'm
Have
just
you got your
throwing
hookup for Sonic
it out.
yet?
Hookup. What
Yeah,
do you mean?
you got somebody getting it for you. You're gonna find a website that'll ship it to the U.S.
Will Amazon.co.uk not do it?
Nope, they don't
What
do
the
it.
No.
fuck?
Yeah, I had to have
Oh my God! I'm gonna.
Tony Yippee send me Xenoblades,
Yeah.
which is fantastic, by the way.
This is horrible. I'm gonna kill something.
There's plenty of people on
It pisses
YouTube.
me
I'm
off.
sure that they'd be nice enough to send it to you.
Yeah.
I'm definitely getting a collector's edition though. That is, and I'm not one for like collector's editions. I'm just fine having the game itself. But this is just like the Batman Arkham City, the Sonic. I have to have that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, take it
didn't mean
away,
to-
nostalgic Dan.
Oh, okay. What I've been playing, this is going to be quick. I played one game, and that
Yeah.
was last weekend, because this is how busy I've been.
Kelso.
No. I've barely played one game. I just picked up 3D Dot Game Heroes again, and I beat the Desert Temple in there, which the temples in 3D Dot Game Heroes are starting to get like harder, more challenging. So I cleared the Desert Temple, and I'm like just outside of the, I believe it's the Water Temple or whatever, and that's literally all I played.
That game is on my to-get list.
It's an awesome
Yeah.
game.
It's on my list too.
That's the reason I got a PS3 is just to buy all these exclusives.
Everything I've seen on that just looks fantastic.
Yeah, it's from the same people, exact same people behind Demon Souls. It's From Software, published by Atlas.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Atlas too. I like most of the things they put out.
I love everything they put out, mostly.
I think I'm a bigger fan of Xseed, but I like them both for sure.
Yeah, and it's funny, like Xseed, people like think Xseed is, they're a great company now, but people forget how bad Xseed used to be. I remember the old days of Xseed when they were called XS Games, and
Right.
man, they were publishing like pretty much shit titles. I'm not even gonna lie, like they are a completely different company from what they are now. Like I have some of their old games, and just to give you an idea, like some of the games they were publishing is like a cheap racing game called DT Racer, and like a cheap little flying game called Rebel Raiders. They were not the same company they are today. Something happened where they were like, okay, we need to stop publishing these low budget, $10 games and all that and do something about this. And wow, someone took over, thankfully, and now they're a completely different company.
Right.
But they still need a ways to go to be up to the standard that Atlas has been up to for years and years. Since like all the way to the Super Nintendo, they've just been around for so long.
Right.
And I also love NIS because NIS is a division of Atlas.
Honestly, dude, I like Atlas. I could buy Atlas games just for their damn artwork.
Yeah.
I just love everything. Pretty much everything they do has some kind of anime artwork on it, and I'm totally down for that.
Yeah, they got some really beautiful covers. Like one of my favorite game covers of all time is Nights in the Nightmare on the DS, which is by Atlas. Gorgeous. Have you ever seen that?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, that was my favorite, pretty much my favorite video game cover of all time. It is a freaking gorgeous hand-drawn artwork.
I'm actually on the Atlas website right now. Just going through and looking at all their game artwork.
Like that's why I have like what 10 Atlas DS games, like just on the DS only. I got like 10 from there.
Have you ever played any of the Trauma Center games?
Oh yes, I have Trauma Center's Second Opinion on the Wii.
Those are some of my favorite games, and the gameplay's fun, but I love it for the artwork and stuff.
Yeah, it's a beautiful game.
Yep.
And it's really fun too. Like it's an easy game to pick up and play.
Yep. I'm a big King of
Breaking
Fighters fan
news.
too.
Breaking news.
Oh, this better be good breaking news.
Breaking news. It is. For me, anyways. Mortal Kombat is coming back to the big screen. Oh, yeah. Okay, you guys remember that Mortal Kombat Rebirth trailer thing that
Oh yeah.
was on YouTube?
Yeah. That was like fake or
That
something.
guy that did that, well, yeah, kind of.
But it looked awesome. It was
That
awesome.
guy that did that trailer, yeah, the guy that did that trailer is doing the movie, is the director. So, yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
This is gonna be like an official full motion picture, like in the theaters.
Yes.
It's pretty cool.
What's the company that's making it or releasing it?
Warner Brothers,
Yeah,
I
probably.
think. Yeah, because they own rights to MK.
Yeah, they own the name, so it's probably Warner Brothers.
So it could be
Yeah.
decent. Have you guys heard of, speaking of video game movies, about the Left 4 Dead movie?
No.
No, I haven't.
I just heard, I saw a random
I've
tweet
heard-
about that.
I know of a fan film And that's all I wanted to say.
Because those are some of the shittiest movies I've ever seen. So, 3D Dot Heroes, that's, how far are you in the game so far?
I have no idea. I think it's pretty much like a, kind of like based on A Link to the Past, so I'm assuming like I beat 3 temples, I'm assuming there's at least like 3 more, and I'm assuming there's probably like a dark world where like, in The Link to the Past there's a dark world, so I'm assuming they do it like that, so. But I've been addicted to it actually, normally I don't play games for like really long periods of times because I'm really busy, but like for that game I've been playing it for like at least 2, 3, 4 hours like straight, and I've been loving it.
Sweet.
It's a great game. If you love The Legend of Zelda, especially the old school one, it's awesome. And challenging, so.
That's always a plus. I used to, when I played games, I always played them on like normal first. But as of lately, like this year, I've just started everything off straight off on hard difficulty.
Yeah.
But I've been wanting to play Demon Souls, and I think do they have like a super easy mode on that?
There is no level with it. I have Demon Souls, and basically, like, it just starts off hard. Like, it's basically hard mode right away. But it's weird because like it starts off really hard, but I've been talking to like Bracy Retro Snow because he's like huge into Demon Souls. Like he loves this game, and I know he's probably obsessed with Dark Souls right now and whatnot. But he says like the more you beat the game, like it'll take you like, I don't know, 10 hours to beat it first playthrough. But he says once you beat the game, it starts to get a little bit easier, and then like because you have like more powers and you're more powerful. So, like, you could start beating the game on, like, one sitting, basically, because you're so powerful. So I heard about that.
So it's only about 10 hours, you said?
Probably 10 hours or 10 to 12 hours on the first playthrough, but, like, it's a really challenging game. You gotta die a lot, but then, like, it starts to get shorter if you want to play through it again because, you're still more powerful, you level up and stuff like that.
I don't know, I've heard that game's so frustratingly hard that like most people just don't even get through the whole game.
I'm not gonna lie, it is. I find myself just like cussing and all that with this game. It's just a brutal game.
Dude, I do that with simple games. I'll do that when I'm playing like Tetris or Pokemon or something.
Like, god damn it, that block was supposed to go right there.
I swear, dude. When I was playing Pokemon TCG Online a couple weeks ago, and I got beat like 2 times in a row, and I just got so pissed off that I just shut the computer off and walked away.
Fuck this little 12-year-old kid and his super powerful deck.
Pretty much, yeah.
But yeah, so that's about all
So
of
you
it.
can play other people?
Last I checked, it was yeah, they had it where you could play like random people, but they were still working on like. They have a friends list now, but they were still working on like playing your friends.
It's weird.
But they may have that updated by now. I don't know.
So yeah, that's all I've been playing.
I'm
so
sorry, Dan.
what about you, Clive? What have you been playing?
Well, you guys are probably going to get tired of this already, but I am still playing Mega Man Wily Wars for the Game Boy. And well, I'm still stuck on Wily's Castle. I did beat Flashman, but the way Wily's Castle is set up is you have to fight 4 new Robot Masters, and but you have to beat them all like in a row. You can't like beat them and then lose all your lives, and then replenish them and then go back and beat the rest. You got to beat like Flashman, then Quickman, then Heatman, like in a row. Because I beat Flashman, but I couldn't beat Quickman, and I lost Flashman's power, so I got kind of frustrated in that. But I've been playing more of Kirby's Mass Attack. I'm on the 3rd island in that stage, and I simply love that game. I highly recommend you guys pick that game up.
That's on the original Game Boy?
What, Kirby's Mass Attack?
Yeah, I guess. I
No,
kind of spaced it there. I thought you were still talking about the Mega Man game.
Yeah, Mega Man's on the original Game Boy, and then Kirby's Mass Attack is for the DS.
Gotcha. Right on, right on. And I haven't played my DS in a while. I actually just turned it on for the first time today in a while to download the Legend of Zelda, the Four Swords or whatever.
Downloaded it.
Yeah, I downloaded that game yesterday too. I haven't played it yet though, but I did download it.
Now, does that game have any single player at all to it?
Yeah, you can play it singly.
Because I remember back when that first came out, the one reason I did not ever pick that up was I thought, for whatever reason, I thought that it was like multiplayer only. Like I thought you had to have the system link and stuff. You know, I was a dumb juvenile kid back then, but so yeah, free. I'll definitely pick it up for free. Try it out.
Yeah, and you can definitely play it singly. So
Cool. Now, did they ever have any games? Because I know like they had those Oracle games and stuff. Now, were those single player as well?
you mean the Oracle of Seasons and the Oracle of Ages?
Yeah, I'm so out of it when it comes to Zelda games.
Well,
What else you been playing, man?
The last game I've been playing is I've been playing a lot of Alice Madness Returns to the Xbox 360.
How's that?
Dude, I love that game. Like, I beat the first chapter, like, about a month ago, and I put it down. But recently, I picked it back up, and I'm fully into the game anymore. The whole world is crazy. Like, I love Alice in Wonderland. It's one of my favorite Disney movies. And just to see it, like, warp and twisted, it's just like, whoa, this is crazy. Because, like, I like horror movies, too. So it's kind of like, it's like Alice meets horror movies. I'm just like, this is crazy. Like, I just got to the chapter 4, and this is where I start fighting all like the playing cards that come to life, and they got like these huge, massive axes, and they're like some of them are ripped and torn, and other ones are like stained in blood. I'm just like, this is crazy. Like, you would not want a small child that likes Wonderland to play this game.
Cool. Have you ever played American McGee's, the first one?
Yeah, because if you buy the game new, it comes with a downloadable code where you can download the first one.
Well, see, that's awesome, and there's a lot of companies doing that these days, and I think that's just so cool. Just like with White Knight Chronicles 2 right now, if you buy that, it comes with the first one on the disc. I think more companies should do stuff like that, you know, because obviously they're most likely they're not making anything, you know, off the original games anymore. So it just gives people more incentive to actually go out and buy this new release they have coming out, especially if they haven't played, you know, the previous ones or whatnot. You know, now they can, and it'll give them more incentive to give the company more money. I think it's a cool thing.
Yeah, well, you can get the original game. Like, if you bought Alice Madness Returns used, you still can get the original game, but they charge you $10. So if you buy Alice Madness Returns brand new, you get the first game for free. So you still have that option to play the first game even if you got it used. You just got to pay a little bit more.
Right on.
So, but that's all I've been playing. Those 3 games, and I absolutely love all 3 of them.
That's cool. I've always wanted to try the American McGee games because, kind of like you know, I'm big into horror movies and stuff, and just the whole atmosphere behind those games, just they kind of draw me in. I've just never really gotten around to doing that.
Well, the reason I picked up, I was so excited about Alice Madness Returns because, you know, when did the first game come out?
First game came out in 2000, I believe.
Okay, yeah, but like back then, I had the first game back then, and you know, you said earlier about like computers having like technical problems every time you get a game. Well, I couldn't run that game on my PC back then, and it always frustrated me because I really wanted to play the first game. So when I heard that Madness Returns is going to come with the original game, I was wicked excited. I'm like, I'm definitely buying this new because I've been waiting to play the first game since 2000.
Right. So I'm assuming you started with the original then, and then played through that, and started the second one.
Oh yeah. I've already beaten the first game, and I love it.
Cool.
They didn't really upgrade any of the graphics to the original one, so but you know that's fine with me. I don't care.
Right. Yeah. It's a free game that you never had a chance to play before, so.
Right, and like it's a good game too. The first one.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah, I've definitely heard nothing but praise for it.
Yeah, so like if you like you said, you liked horror movies and stuff, and if you liked the first game or just Wonderland in general, I highly recommend Alice Madness Returns.
Cool. I'll have to give it a try sometime. Even though I swore I wouldn't support EA games anymore, but
Well,
it's hard not to do. They do release some pretty good IPs.
Yeah. There's one thing I've noticed too is like, have you guys noticed like recently like all these new games, especially for the Xbox 360, like there's like no instruction manuals anymore.
Those are going away. That's how it's gonna be.
Wait till you pick up Gears 3. The instruction booklet is literally just like it's like the front cover and the back cover.
Yeah.
There's no pages inside it at all.
Paper
and
thing.
it basically tells you inside of it that the controls are online.
Yeah, because I was looking at the box for Alice Returns, Duke Nukem Forever, Mortal Kombat. There's no instructions in it. It's just a single piece of paper, and that's the cover, and that's it. I'm like, you serious?
And in beautiful black and white.
Right. Which kind of ticks me off because, as me and Dan were briefly discussing earlier, we're both drawers. We both like to sketch and draw and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, dude, that's one of the first things I did was go to the instruction manual, pull it out. I'd pull out my, my sketch pad, and I would go through that thing and literally just start sketching away. Back when, things like Working Designs was around, they were putting out all the Lunar games and stuff. I remember when I first got Silver Star Story Complete, and it came with that hardbound instruction booklet.
Yeah.
I guess art booklet, instruction booklet, kind of a mixture. Dude, I just sit through that, and I would sit down and draw for hours. And like on the fighting games and stuff like that, they used to have like the characters in full color with their bios and some moves and stuff like that. Dude, that's good shitter material. Like, I pick those up, go take a crap, and read those. You can't do that anymore.
Yeah, well, what all is now is they're all in strategy guides, so they want you to buy the strategy guide.
Yeah.
Right.
And some companies are just cheap and want to save money.
And I would buy more strategy guides, but those damn things are expensive.
Yeah.
They are.
Like some of them, they want like $30 for like, and it's not like hardbound. It's just like all paper bound. There's like not very many pictures in it. If there's any artwork or anything, it's all CGI, which, I'm all for like, hand drawn sketches and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's too expensive for. It seems like things just keep getting more expensive, and you get less content, and that just drives me nuts.
It's funny that you mentioned that about the strategy guides. Like, I would buy more strategy guides if they actually had some more like artwork in them, like some cool. Like back then, the strategy guides had like tons of cool artwork, and now it's just pretty much like all text and like a couple pictures here and there. It's like, no, thank you.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I get strategy guides. Like, I wanted to get the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D strategy guide, but I looked at it at GameStop when I picked up the game, and there's hardly any artwork in there. So I'm like, you know what? Forget it. I already know how to play the game. I don't want this. I just want the artwork I thought was going to be inside.
Yeah.
Right, and I kind of come from the generation, like, that's why you bought strategy guides, was for art and stuff, because, hell, if you need help with strategy on the game, there's websites like NeoSeeker and, GameFAQs and stuff like that has free walkthroughs. I mean, if you need something like that, get on the internet and get it for free. I want to pick these book ups for some, awesome artwork, but it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
And it's funny you mentioned that about like Madness Returns is because that's kind of like EA's new policy that it's supposed to be all like digital download manuals. So that's the way they're going.
See, that'll be a cool art book to look at is for Alice Madness Returns because I like the art within the game.
That would be cool if they had like an art book for that with like concept art.
Yeah. I'm gonna look on the internet right now, see if there is one.
And that's why I like mentioned Atlas and my love for Atlas and Xseed. You open up their manuals, what is it? Like freaking like 40 pages or stuff like that, full color, all beautiful full color, and it has like the characters and the RPG and stuff, and it's just freaking gorgeous, all of their manuals.
It's because companies like Atlas and Xseed, it's all fanfare, man. They know what their consumers want. And I don't know if you follow Atlas or Xseed on Twitter or if you guys are big Twitters, but they will actually respond to you guys. Like, you can get on there, you can tweet them all day long, and they will get back to you, which is really cool. It's definitely a company or a couple of companies there that actually look out for the interest of their consumers.
Yeah, that's true. Because it's funny you say that. Like I had a problem with my Atelier Tutori like pre-ordering because I tried to pre-order from NIS and there's like I guess their servers were kind of overloaded when all these pre-orders. So I like messaged them. I'm like, oh, I guess I didn't pre-order, and they got back to me right away, and they're like, oh, we're sorry, and like you can call us and we could take care of it right away. Make sure you get everything you need. And it's like they're just so awesome. They respond to you right away. They care.
Yep. Now, Dan, I gotta ask, are you a fan of Axis games?
I'm starting to, like, I'm partial to them, and, like, they're such a young company. That's the thing about them. They're such a young company, but they're starting to remind me of another Atlas and Xe. But, like, some of the games they publish are kind of like a mixed bag. But then, like, games like Record of Agris Wars show, like, promise for the company. So it's like, I just think they need more time to grow.
Right. Well, one thing I like about them, too, is that they're kind of ballsy. You know, they'll go out there and they'll bring over this, you know, unknown series,
That
you know, that's
Smiles.
from Japan or something like that, and they'll bring it over here, you know, allow us to actually play them. Yeah, Death Smiles. If you guys haven't been able to tell by my name, I'm a big shmup fan. I love everything about old school shooters, and I literally sat down and played Death Smiles. One of my 360 controllers is pretty much dust. Like, it does not work very well anymore because of that game.
Yeah, I actually picked up Death Smiles. I love that game, especially since it came with the soundtrack and the faceplate for your Xbox.
Yeah.
Great game.
I did not get that edition. I bought it off their website for $20 new and just got the game by itself.
Oh, really? Because I paid $30 and I got the collector's edition, which came with the faceplate and the soundtrack.
Yeah. It dropped
but
in
see,
price a lot.
I've got a slim model, and I've also got the I've got a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 collector's edition console.
Oh.
So like I wasn't gonna, obviously the slim won't accept the faceplate. I wasn't gonna put that faceplate on a limited edition console. So.
Right.
But I do love Axis, man. They've got all the Bit Trip games. They've got Guilty Gears. They've got Blaze Blue, which is one of my favorite fighting series, and obviously Death Smiles. I love Death Smiles. I can't say enough about that game.
Yeah. I have a lot of Axis games now that I think about it.
Yeah.
I love Record of Agris War because that kind of like exemplifies what some companies are afraid to do. It's like it's a purely Japanese game, and instead of like wasting time or like saying, well, we're not gonna bring this out because it's just too hard to localize for English. They're like, fuck it, we're just gonna bring it out, leave the Japanese voice acting in there, and just translate it with subtitles. I'm all for that.
Right. Yeah.
So companies like Nintendo or whatever, I'd play Xenoblade with the Japanese, and as long as you give me some English subtitles, I'm cool. Or The Last Story, Pandora's Tower, whatever.
Well, see, that's what pisses me off about that, because you don't even have to worry about that. They have an English version out there.
Yeah, there's
That's,
whatever.
I mean, the version I have is a European localized version. It's full English.
Yeah.
But instead, I had to spend a ridiculous amount of money, have it imported over here. I had to mod my Wii. But oh well, it was worth it, because that game is awesome.
Yeah, I want it. I'm just,
I hope for gamers' sake that one day that Nintendo will, kind of get off their high horse and bring it over here, but I don't see that happening.
I found the Alice Madness Returns art book on Amazon for about $22.
So there actually is our book.
Yeah, it says Art of Alice Madness Returns hardcover for $21.86. So with tax, it's probably going to be like $25. I'm not tax, shipping and handling, so that's great. I'm definitely putting that on my wish list.
I'm curious what kind of art it's got, because I'd kind of more rather see, concept, sketches and stuff like that over CG.
Dan, I know you are, but are either Clive or Technosqueek, are you guys in college or anything like that?
No, I'm done with college, man.
I was gonna say if you're in college, you can actually get Amazon Prime for free.
Yeah,
with their
I love it.
student version.
That's what I love about it.
I've been done with college for the last 3 years. So.
Hey, me too. I'm an '08 graduate. Feels nice to be done.
Hell yeah.
And
I'll be
What about
glad when
you?
my wife's done. She's been in college for 8 years.
sometimes it takes that long. I know.
It does for her. She's a medical school student.
Oh,
so,
yes, especially.
Yeah.
8-year minimum. It's ridiculous.
Techno, are you in school? What do you do?
Just a techno.
I'm not in college. I just went to high school, and then I decided just to work with my uncle, which we do alternator. We fix up alternators and starters for all kinds of vehicles.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Get
That's awesome.
pretty good money.
Now I know who to call when my car breaks down,
Yeah.
which happens a lot.
Call up the Technosqueek.
I got
So what-
Skype on my phone.
Okay. Me too.
I'm just saying, if you got a call, there's,
There you go. There you go. Speaking of Amazon, did you guys see the whole new Amazon Kindle Fire that's coming out?
Yeah, I saw something like that. I don't know what it is though.
It's basically Amazon's new tablet. It's their introduction to the tablet community. So if you guys are looking for a cheap tablet to game on and stuff like that, this would definitely be the way to go. $200 price point. That's not bad for a tablet.
yeah.
That way you can all get your Angry Birds on.
Dude, I got Angry Birds on my Android phone. I'm good with that.
Me too.
Okay, why don't we get into some gaming news?
Dead Island is officially getting a movie. Yeah. So, it is Lionsgate that does like a lot of horror stuff. Got the rights to Dead Island. And it doesn't say... The producer is Sean Daniel. I don't know him. He produced multiple movies like the Mummy trilogy and The Jackal, if you guys remember those movies. But it doesn't say anything about a director or nothing, so they're probably still gonna find a director. So, what do you guys think about that?
What? What'd you say? Did you say something about a video game movie? That's kind of how I feel about video game movies.
Yeah, me too. It's like whatever. I'd just rather play the game than watch the movie.
Yeah.
I think they should all die before they're ever made.
Except for Mortal Kombat. Yeah, dude. Those movies kicked ass.
Oh, are you kidding me,
And
man?
I even liked the second one.
Well, I didn't like the second one, but the
Yeah.
first one was awesome.
The first one was good.
It's nostalgic. Yeah.
Just
First
because it's
one's
nostalgic
great,
doesn't make
but
it good.
I just have... Yeah.
But the song was
It's
so
good to
epic.
me, in my mind. Yeah, the song was amazing.
It was the best part of the movie.
Shit, come on. Dude, I love whenever Scorpion and Sub-Zero's fighting, and he grabs a katana, he's like, I forget what he says. Oh, he's like, sucker! And he does his little move where he disappears.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. I love it. And he has the MK4, I think, costume on. And he's like, all wide-eyed, and it's awesome. So yeah, moving on. There is no current plans for a Heavy Rain sequel. Devin Cage has recently confirmed that he has no current plans to make a sequel to critically acclaimed PlayStation 3 exclusive Heavy Rain. He just, right here, just says he just doesn't really want to do a sequel, pretty much. He says he's not in this business to make money, which is kind of head scratching. I mean, the gaming business is to make money. Am I wrong or something? I don't understand this. But yeah, he's not in this business to make money. He just wrote Heavy Rain because he was excited about it. Because there was something to say.
This sounds like he may actually care about his work instead of just cashing in.
Yeah, I think that's what he means. It's like he's so happy with Heavy Rain and how it turned out that he's like, I don't need to make a sequel. It's good enough on its own.
Yeah, okay. I do understand now. But yeah, that's pretty much it on that. So, on to the next. Persona 4 is getting anime.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
And it's going to be 25 episodes. And it is actually coming to North America. Holy shit. So, yeah. Trying to see here. Director is Shinji Kishi, and script supervisor is Yuko. I'm going to mess up this last name here. Kakirihara. Yeah. I don't know either two of those guys, but yeah. I guess Persona 4 fans might know them. Are you guys excited about this?
I wouldn't mind.
Gotta be honest, I've never played a Persona game. It's
Okay.
Oh my gosh, am I gonna be attacked?
Okay.
You just stabbed Dan in the heart.
No.
No, I have to admit, honestly, after the PlayStation 1 era, I kind of got out of RPGs. Like, I just did not play them as much. But I'm starting to get back into them. There's a lot of them that I'm going to go back out and look for. And obviously, I'll probably start with the PlayStation 2 because there's just so many good ones on there.
Oh my god.
Or at least I've been told.
Yeah, you're going to be collecting RPGs for a long time on the PS2 like me. I got tons of them, and I'm still trying to cross games off my list.
Yeah. I've been in one of those moods where I'm trying to actually complete games instead of just, like, collect them. I'm actually trying to go through my backlog and beating them before I buy the next game, which is rough to do, especially with RPGs, with some of them, 50 to 100 hours long.
Yeah.
But yeah. Sorry, MrTechnosqueek. Didn't mean to interrupt you there.
I've never played Persona, any of them, either, so maybe the anime will get me into the game.
I know, aren't the first ones, or like the first couple, or the third one, are some of them kind of hard to find?
Oh, yes. Are you kidding me? Persona 1 and 2 are on the PlayStation 1. They were originally released. Those easily, Persona 1, $100+ Persona 2, $100+ on the PlayStation 1. Those are extremely rare. Now, for more affordable, I guess like more affordable is like you can get Persona 3 FES for like around $20 to $30. And you can get Persona 4, which is a really good one to start off with. Persona 4 for like $20 to $30 on the PS2.
So I'm assuming they don't have like a continuation of the story.
No. They make like new characters and all that. And they like to try different things in the series.
Do you know if there's any digital versions of the first couple of games, like on PSN or anything like that?
Well, I don't know. I just had my PS3 not that long, and I haven't been showing it that much love. But I don't think they have it as a PS1 classic on there. That's why people are kind of like angry. Like it's an impossible game to find. You're gonna have to chip out a lot of money, and you can't really get it anywhere else.
Right on. Right on. That's one thing that I'm a big fan of PlayStation Plus for, is because they give away so many of the PS1 classics for free, like every month.
Yeah.
Just like right now, they have. I don't know if you guys are PSN Plus subscribers, but you get like right now you get like Resident Evil 1 through 3 for free, which is pretty cool.
How much is PS Plus like on average?
Yeah.
I think it's like $7 or $8 a month, something
Really?
like that, or like $5. I mean, it's around the same price as Xbox Live. I've got 2 PS3s. I got one upstairs in the bedroom, and I've got the one downstairs hooked up to the main TV. It's got, and I've talked about this plenty of times, but it has on live cloud game saves, which are automatic. So what that means for me is like I can be playing a game downstairs, and at any moment just quit the game, go back upstairs to the bedroom, and continue where I left off.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yep. It's definitely a very handy thing to have when you get 2 PS3s in the household.
So,
That's it for news.
Are you guys big Battlefield fans?
No.
not really. I have Battlefield Bad Company, and I enjoyed that, but I'm like not huge into it.
Did you guys try out the beta today? It came out for Battlefield 3.
Nope.
I'm not really interested.
Yeah, me neither. But
Like
it did
like
come out today.
Yeah, like I don't diss people who play it, like I give total respect to people who do, but like the only first-person shooter game or any shooter game I really is into is just Halo. Yeah, and I don't even play that much.
Gotcha. I think that's probably one of the biggest things that came out this week is the beta for that, the open beta.
Yeah,
Because for whatever reason, that game is ridiculously popular.
it is. People love it.
Well, isn't it like, was it more realistic than Call of Duty? Or
Yeah, and like I heard it's more like you have to rely on your teammates, so you can't just go like guns blazing wherever you want.
that's what I do in Halo.
Yeah, I used to like Halo 3 like when I had it online. I actually had a lot of fun with that because it's just like a silly game to mess around in.
Yep.
But what turned me away is the stupid little guys, these 12-year-old kids that have to get on there and just be little assholes.
And honestly, that's one of the reasons I was letting my Xbox Live subscription run out.
Yeah,
Is because the PS3 user base just seemed to be so much more mature than the Xbox Live user base. But speaking of Zelda, they released the Zelda Anniversary Collection today, or the Four Swords Edition, or whatever they want to call it, for free. But have you guys read about the Binding of Isaac?
Yeah, I've heard about this game. It's by the Super Meat Team, the people behind Super Meat Boy, and it's on Steam. It only costs like I believe.
$5.
Yeah, well, actually, they had it on sale for $4.50.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like 10% off.
Sweet, and that is Mac and Windows compatible. And much like 3D Dot Game Heroes, it's pretty much just a straight-up Zelda ripoff.
Yeah. And you
So I might have to go check that out.
yeah.
Actually, I'm going
What
to
is
check
it
that out right
called?
now.
It's on
The
Steam.
Binding of Isaac. I'm a big fan of these indie games and like Xbox Live Arcade games and stuff like that.
Yes.
Because they're pretty cheap, they're very affordable, and you get so much, at least I do. I get so many hours of gameplay out of them. Have you guys played Torchlight any?
No.
No.
I know what it is, but I haven't played it.
It's basically a Diablo clone, and I'm a big fan of Diablo. And, God, I put so many hours into that game. It was ridiculous. But I really do enjoy a lot of those indie-type games like that.
Oh, I love indie games. The Xbox Live indie arcade marketplace, which you can get
Yep.
games for like $1 to $3. And granted, some of them are pretty like shitty little flash games, but some of them are really good.
Yeah.
That's
There's a new Xbox Live Arcade game that came out that me and my wife was playing. It's called Rotastic. Have you checked that out yet?
no.
No.
Dude, it's a lot of fun. You guys ought to try it. I don't even really know how to explain it. Have you guys played Cut the Rope on your phones?
No.
No.
It's okay. It's like a jewel collecting cut the rope mixture where you're like a Viking, a skull, an elf, and some kind of warthog thing going around trying to beat each other up and collect these jewels and stuff. But it's a blast. It's a lot of fun. There's also a lot of indie shmups out there. Unfortunately, most of them are not Mac compatible, which kind of sucks. But
Yeah. Well, what about those? I don't know if you've ever seen them, but I think they're only a couple bucks on PlayStation Network. And it's by this company called like Rocking Android, and they do like these really Japanese games. Some of them are like shmups, some of them are like side-scrolling action games. But all their games are only like, I think, $4 and stuff like that. They're like PlayStation Minis.
I'm a big fan of minis, but I haven't checked them out recently. I'll definitely have to take a look at that.
Yeah, I forgot where I found them. It's like, well, it's from a company called Rocking Android. They have like a bunch of games on there, and I think their games are actually starting to come to Steam, because I saw a couple of their games on Steam recently. Like, they haven't been released, but they're coming.
That's cool, man. I'll have to check it out. Any of you other guys play very many arcade games or indie type games?
No, not really. No.
Honestly, I don't know if it's a bad thing. I don't think it is, because I think for the price point and how much use I get them, I think I honestly enjoy arcade titles more so than full-on releases. Because, I mean, especially for me, man, you go out and you spend $60 on a new game, and sometimes these games can last anywhere from, 50 hours. Sometimes you only get like 6 or 7 hours of gameplay out of them. And I can go out and spend $5 to $10 on an indie game and get just as much gameplay out of it, sometimes even more, for a hell of a lot cheaper, and have just as much fun playing it.
Yeah, that's funny because you bring that up, because that new X-Men Destiny game, that's a $60 game, and I haven't played it yet, but a friend of mine just bought it and beat it within 4 hours.
No.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and like this is a game I was like really wanting to get, but I'm not paying $60 for a game that someone can beat in like 4 hours.
Should have been
Yeah,
a downloadable title.
It's not worth it. That's one of the reasons I don't pick very many games up at release. I usually wait like 6 months to a year when they're like dirt cheap, or there's a Game of the Year edition that comes out
Me too.
that's got like all the DLC included in it. But obviously there's a few exceptions out there like Batman and stuff like that I just gotta have on day one. But
Yeah, I'm picking up Batman day one, and then next week Spider-Man: Edge of Time comes out. I'm picking that one day one too.
man, I played Shattered Destiny, right? I think that's what the last one was called, wasn't it?
Shattered Dimensions.
Dimensions. Okay. Yeah, I played that when that came out, and I don't know, I just wasn't really that impressed with it.
Oh, I love that game.
I love the 2099 and the noir sections.
Yeah,
I thought
those were cool.
those are pretty cool, but the rest of it was just so-so, in my opinion. Not like it was a bad game, but in my opinion, it was not a $60 game.
No, well, I
Which
kind
I
of
think
agree.
you can see now, because you can pick it up for like 20 brand new now.
Yeah, but I kind of agree with you. The North Spider-Man and the 2099 were probably the better of the four.
Right. No.
So, but yeah, I was wicked excited about that X-Men Destiny game. But dude, if you can beat it in under 4 hours, I'm like, no way. That's pure crap.
No, does it have any kind of like multiplayer at all to it?
Not that I
it's-
know
it's-
of.
I mean, surely it's got to have some kind of like component there to. Yeah, I mean, if they really release a $60 game that's only got 4 hours of gameplay, that's kind of shady.
Okay, well, talking to my friend, he said like there's like 2 different story modes in the game. You could either be with the Brotherhood or the X-Men,
Right.
Now, granted, he only played one side. I think he did the X-Men, but that's only 4 hours. So granted, he could go back and spend another 4 hours and beat the Brotherhood, but still, that's like an 8-hour game. That doesn't really seem worth it to me for $60.
Not at all. I mean, you look at most of your shooters out there, like your Call of Duties and stuff, which, are notorious for having short, single-player modes. Those are still, peaking 6 to 8 hours, but at least they have, like, a massive online component to them.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a cheap-ass gamer through and through, man. Especially this day and age, you can wait literally, like, 3 weeks, and a game will drop at $20. It happens all the time. Like pretty much every new release comes out, you can almost guarantee if you wait a couple of weeks, you'll get it for $15, $20 cheaper.
Yeah, a good example was Duke Nukem Forever.
Yeah, that game was definitely meant to go down in price soon.
Did you play that or enjoy it?
I haven't played it yet. Just like I mentioned earlier, man, I've got so many games in my backlog that I'm actually trying to go through and beat. But there's a lot of games out there, and that's one good thing too, is that I'm trying to do that, so that saves me a little bit of money. That way, a lot of these games that have come out in the last 6 months will be dirt cheap by the time I get around to playing them.
Yeah, that's good because there's a lot of games coming out, so definitely save your money. But I played Duke Nukem Forever, and I simply love that game. It's not worth $60. It's probably worth $30, but it's a good game.
No, I honestly, there's not many games these days, in my opinion, that are worth $60.
Mm.
Unless it's just got some kind of massive, either single-player campaign or some kind of a big online component to it that'll make it worth it. I don't know. I'll try to wait and save a few bucks. You guys ever played Psychonauts?
Nope.
No, but I've heard of it.
That's supposed to be a pretty good action game on the. It came out on the Xbox when it came out. Let's say they just re-released that. It's on Mac now, so I might have to give that a try too. Unfortunately, there's just not that many Mac games out there. Which kind of
I wonder why that is.
It's because Mac runs on a completely open, GUI than Windows, and it's not more difficult to code for. It just doesn't have the technical prowess that Windows allows game developers to have to port things over to it.
Oh, okay.
That, obviously Mac hardware is very limited. All their desktops, except for their Mac Pros, are pretty much all mobile components. But it's all good. It's all good. I'll take my OS X experience over Windows any day. Oh man, I'm just sitting here strolling on Kotaku.com, which is one of my favorite gaming sites. And one of the news topics is in Japan, wrestling masks aren't just for half-naked dudes in boots. That's always that'll get me every time.
Oh my god.
Well, that chick's actually kind of hot.
Everyone go to Kotaku right now.
I'm actually there.
The Japanese humor with their women. They're either young schoolgirls or they have ginormous boobs that are halfway hanging out.
Oh yeah,
Don't hear me complaining.
yeah, I know. I hear Techno talking about them all the time. He just won't shut up about them.
You know, a game I'm really looking forward to is
Hello Kitty.
the updated, NBA Jam. Because I was a big NBA Jam fan back on the Genesis.
Are you talking about the release last year?
No, they're making an update to it to, fix all the problems and have more stuff like it was back on, on the original. So,
Of course, right after I get rid of my copy.
I believe the new one is just downloadable though.
The update for it, or are they making it downloadable?
Yeah, you don't have to have the
game
original.
Itself? So even if you did buy it,
it's a whole new game.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So it's basically going to be like kind of like an HD remix.
Sort of.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm guessing so. So I didn't buy the whenever they released it last year or whenever, because I heard there was problems and stuff. I'm glad they're fixing it though.
Well, I thoroughly was. Yeah, but it kind of sucks that you have to buy another game to get that fixed.
I'm happy with.
Well, yeah, but I didn't buy it, so.
Yeah, but many people.
And they're adding more. They're adding more like characters also in the new one. So
Cool.
they're kind of going the Capcom route.
That doesn't surprise me. Isn't that an EA game?
Yeah, I think so.
I believe so. Yeah. Because
it is. Yeah, it is.
EA bought it from. Yeah, EA bought it from Midway whenever they went under.
After my my Battlefield Bad Company 2 experience with EA, I'm just thoroughly not impressed with that company at all.
Yeah, I heard your rant video about it.
Yeah, I tried to make that as audience safe as possible, but in the back of my head, I just wanted to be like, man, fuck EA. That's all I wanted to do. But I made it YouTube safe, so. Though you might have to bleep that out for the podcast.
No, I leave it in. Techno does it all the time.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Fuck them. Fuck EA because they're not making a new Road Rash. God damn it.
Now, what's your favorite version of Road Rash?
The Genesis version.
Okay, right on.
Because that's the one I played, first played. And then I played Road Rash 3D on PlayStation. And that's the only ones I played were
Road Rash 3D is honestly one of my favorite games ever. I absolutely adore that game. I haven't played it in a while, so I don't know how well it would hold up now, but I remember putting so many hours into that game as a kid. But the Genesis version, I play that about once a month. I've got that set out next to my my Genesis hooked up, and I play it all the time. Gotta show the Genesis some love.
never played the second. Yeah, I've never played the second one or the third one though. So.
Right. I have, but it's been a while. Actually, I need to show my Genesis some more love. I haven't played it in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, mine's actually collecting some dust. I need to give it some attention as well.
Yep. I need to bust up my turbo graphics and give it some attention too. I mean, there's so many shooters out there that I need to pick up. It's ridiculous. It's almost like RPGs. It's a little too overwhelming.
I want to pick up a turbo graphic so bad.
Me too.
They're sweet little systems, but damn, they're expensive.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I think I got a pretty good deal on mine. I got mine on eBay for like $65. But I got that with that accessory that clicks on the back of it to where you can actually use component cables instead of just RF. which usually goes for, a pretty penny by itself. So I didn't think that was too bad of a deal, but, it's still $65. It's kind of expensive for a retro system.
Hmm.
The Booster Plus.
Yeah, that's what it's called. And the bad thing about, obviously the hue cards, they're not that common to find. You kind of got to do most of your shopping for those online. But still a very cool system. I'd love to pick up a Japanese version sometime.
Oh, the PC Engine?
Yep.
I got that.
Yep, because, you also got a Turbo Duo R, don't you?
Yeah.
Did you just get a Turbo Duo? I can't remember.
No, I got a PC Engine Duo R.
Very, very cool system.
I have a... Yeah.
Do you have any issues with,
PC Engine...
Do you have any,
thing.
CD
no,
issues or anything
actually.
like that? Very,
Nope.
very cool system. That's definitely something I'd like to add to my collection sometime. Because there's so many Japanese hue cards and CD games out there, and a lot of times, like the Neo Geo CD, the CD games are pretty cheap.
Yeah. And they didn't have any, protection on the disc-based thing, so you can
Right.
burn, say, if you didn't want to buy, or didn't want to, spend all that money on Castlevania, you can burn, the image or whatever, and play it like that.
Yep. So I know I've brought it up a few times, but I think it's just because I'm such a big fan. Are you guys very big into shooters at all?
Yep.
I like, R-Type.
Yeah.
Right on. I gotta say, I did play a lot of them when I was growing up, like on the NES and stuff like that. But the last couple of years, I've really become a big fan of them, and I just really enjoy them. I've been playing a lot of them, and which is weird too, is a lot of them anymore come out on the 360 compared to the PS3, which kind of I don't really get that. I don't know what Cave and companies like that are doing, especially since the PS3 is reaching free. But whatever. I've been enjoying a lot of games. Obviously we talked about Death Smiles and Mushihime Sami and stuff like that. There's just so much stuff out there. But a lot of the retro systems, man, they were all about the shooters. Obviously, that was kind of your go-to type game before games like Doom and stuff like that came out. But yeah, I'm a big shmup fan.
Now, have you ever picked up the second Death Smiles, that Christmas one?
I did, yeah. Yep. I had to have that when that came out.
How was that one?
Not too impressed by it. In my
Really?
opinion, it's not really worth the asking price, especially for a digital-only copy. And, the day it came out, me and Adam Agger were playing it, and we were talking about this, and there's something funky about it. I don't know, the controls are just a little loose. It does not control near as well as the first one, and that's one of the things I really loved about the first Death Smiles was the controls were so tight and the hitboxes were fantastic. I don't know, it's just, I haven't popped out my Hori stick and my tournament edition stick, and I tried it on both of those sticks too, and it just did not feel right. So I beat it a few times. Obviously, like most Death Smile games, you just go through, you can beat it within 20 minutes, but I don't know, it's just I haven't really gone back to it.
That's disappointing.
Yep. It definitely was for me, because I enjoyed the original Death Smile so much. I was so excited when the second one came out, but but I gotta say, Death Smiles on iOS, fantastic port. If any of you guys have a iPhone or iPad, I definitely recommend picking that up.
I don't. I have it for the 360, but I don't have an iPhone.
Right. It's very surprising, obviously our phones too. There's a lot of cool shooters on those. Cave has been releasing a lot of, shooters like DonDonRaiden Resurrection, Esfo Gouda, and stuff like that. So been enjoying those as well. You got to be careful too, because a lot of those. Cave has been releasing quite a few shmups on the 360, but obviously the 360 is not region free. But you have to be careful when you're out there ordering, because there are some of them that are region free copies. Just like Mushihime Sama Futari, if you get the Greatest Hits edition, it's region free and it's only like $30 as compared to the regular version's like $80.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you can get some pretty cheap ones out there. Just a matter of actually.
Just go to playasia.com. It makes it really easy. It says if it's like region free and whatnot.
Yep, that's where I get all mine at.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're like an eBay shopper and stuff like that, just be careful what you're looking at. Sega Saturn, man, it's got a lot of good shmups on there too that I really need to start beefing up my Sega Saturn collection. I have very few very few games for it that just never get played. But I definitely need to pick up some shmups on there. I need to get some DonDonPachi. All I've ever played it on was MAME.
I was just going to say my favorite shoot 'em up is the Raiden series.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
That's why I reviewed Raiden Fighters Aces.
That's why it's in my handle. Have you guys played Raiden before?
Yeah.
No,
no, I need to get that.
Yeah, me too. I need to get that.
Yeah, you need to really get that because one, it's dirt cheap and it's so much fun. That's one of those games that I'm actually surprised my disc still works because I played it so much. That game's just such a blast. I love the whole, and honestly, the Raiden series is probably one of my favorite shooter series. That's obviously why I'm called DonDonRaiden. It's not because I like Mortal Kombat or anything. It's because of that shooter series. Yep, it's definitely a fantastic series.
It's so funny when I actually first started watching your videos. I kept calling you DonDonRaiden, like the bird. I'm like, oh.
Hey, what's I hear it a lot too is when I was first creating my username, it was actually it was mistyping. It was supposed to be DonDonRaiden, obviously a mixture between the Raiden series and the DonDonPachi series, but I actually misspelt it, and my wife started going around and calling me DonDonRaiden, but she said it in a very quirky way, making fun of me. So it just kind of stuck with me, and it's been Don ever since. It's funny because I'll have so many people, and just like MrTechnosqueek talked about it earlier on Facebook, a lot of people won't even call me Cody. Even like people that I know and talk to on a daily basis, they'll always either call me Don or Don.
Yeah, I've noticed that too, a lot, as they're call signs or handles or gamer tags. They totally replace your original name. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Well, it's in all my YouTube videos. Introduction. I say, hey, Cody back again with another video, and I will still have people in the comments address me as Don or Don. I think it's. Don is a little bit more, it seems okay, but when people address me as Don, it's it feels like they think my name is actually Don when it's not.
Yeah. I just find it funny because people call me Quick all the time, and I don't correct them. I just take it as natural. Okay, that's my name, I guess.
Right. Yeah, it's not gonna be good. People call you whatever they want to call you. I've had people call me asshole and shithead, and I'll still respond to it.
Oh, well, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
hey, you
totally different.
Yeah, I get called asshole a lot.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, whenever I'm at a LAN or something at my friend's house, and we're playing, they call me Techno. They just, shouting out, Techno, go here, or whatever. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is kind of cool, because, when you use those call signs or the gamer tags, I don't know what it's called. It's one of those movies, kind of like Top Gun, you know, where they're called like Iceman and stuff like that, you know, like they're just call signs. It's crazy.
Oh, code name?
Yeah, code names. Yeah.
Something like that.
Your alias, your alter ego. So, Mr. TechnoSqueek, I gotta ask, and you may have brought this up before, but if they call you Techno, where does Squeak come from?
Oh, okay. TechnoSqueak is, if you look on my channel page, on YouTube, I changed the background to, a mouse, and that mouse is named TechnoSqueek, and he, my favorite level of any Sonic game is from Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and it's the Flying Battery Zone, and that's the only time you see TechnoSqueek is on Flying Battery, and he's my favorite enemy, I guess.
So
Yeah.
basically, you're a
So,
robotized mouse. Is that what you're getting at?
I'm guessing so, but I'm kind of too fat to be a mouse, so.
You can just be a chunky mouse that likes a lot of cheese. You're constipated. You're bloated.
Oh God. So in Sonic 3, that's what that little enemy is called TechnoSqueak?
Yeah, I was playing the Mega Collection on the GameCube one day, back in like 7th grade, I think. 7th or, 9th grade or something, and I was looking through the manuals, because you could look at the manuals on that game. It has, the digital manuals, and you can just read up on a bunch of junk. And I was looking for, I was starting to get into PC games. Me and my friends were starting up, LANing and getting computers and doing all that. And I was needing a gamer tag or handle, or what, that's what it's called, a handle. And first I picked Penguinator, which is the penguin that kind of, dives down and shoots at you. Dives and shoots like rockets to you to hit you from the ice cap zone. And I was like, eh. And then I saw TechnoSqueek. I was like, awesome. That's it. It sounds good. So
Right on.
Yeah, that's the whole story. We should have did this, episode 1.
It's all good. I'll bring the best out in you.
And see, we already know where Quick Freeze came from, and Dan's just nostalgic.
Yep. But it's funny because
about everything.
When I picked my name, I abbreviated my own name. Like, my real name is Daniel. But like you guys said, everyone is so used to calling me Dan. That's how it is. So I accept Dan. That's my name.
All right, we're gonna do a YouTube shout out. Woo! Yeah, awesome. Let's do it. All right, I'm going to shout out Mirugaru553. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Mirugaru553. Yeah. He lives in Japan. I believe he teaches English to, kids over there or people over there. That's how he gets his money to buy his games, and he's a big Dragon Quest fan. He's actually a big slime fan. He has
Yep.
tons of slimes. He's cool. So yeah, go check out Taylor. That is his name, his first name. But yeah, go check out his channel if you like RPGs, and he got the Eco and Shadow of the Colossus thing, PS3 complete thing.
Yeah.
Whenever it came out over there, and he did a stream of it on his Twitch TV, or whatever it's called now. And yeah, go check him out, or I'll break your legs with a pipe.
Whoa.
I am subbing now.
He's a great guy. He does a lot of cool, like, Japanese unboxings that you wouldn't see. Like, he did the Dragon Quest unboxing, the anniversary one. And the one I was interested, he unboxed the Ao no Kaseki, which is the third trilogy in the Legend of Heroes, which we have the Trails in the Sky. The Ao no Kaseki is like the third trilogy in the series, and it's like a gorgeous premium edition. And he does a lot of cool live streams where he shows off these really bizarre, like, Japanese games. And I
Very
gotta
cool.
mention this for Greg, RPG Swag Man. He's got a golden poo, a statue of a golden poo, so that's awesome.
I don't even know what that is, but I want
It's a
one
golden poo. It's literally like a little, like, turd with a smiley face on it.
now. I
It's
want
awesome.
one now.
I want one too.
That's the title of this episode, is The Golden Poo.
It's a golden poo appears.
Yes.
Do you guys each give a shout out, or you just do one per episode?
We just do, like, one YouTube shout-out, really.
Cool.
You know, let people know of other people out in the YouTube community.
Very, very cool.
Okay, and it's that time of the podcast where we do our segments. Now, this week I have another obscure or, you know, kind of under the rug kind of gem. But for this week, since we mentioned it before, it's more of a series, and that's the Trauma Center series by Atlas. This is an awesome little, like, kind of arcadey surgeon, like, kind of game. Like, basically, and they have pretty decent stories, like, connected to them. But, like, you play as a character, like, different characters, and, you know, you go through a story, and then each act is, like, broken up into chapters and acts. And then, like, each act you have, like, a new surgery you have to do. And, like, it's really detailed. Like, I especially like the Wii ones and, like, the DS because, like, you know, it really takes, like, a surgeon's hand to do some of the stuff in the game. And, like, something always goes wrong, or there's, like, this new thing that appears that you have to, like, try and work around. And sometimes it's not even doing surgery. I know, like, in Second Opinion, you have to, like, defuse a bomb. And, like, or there's, like, a pretty cool, like, you have to do surgery in the dark with, like, just a little flashlight that's going on and off. And so it's, like, a really crazy game. On the Wii, there's Second Opinion, Trauma Center New Blood, and Trauma Team. And on the DS, they're called Trauma Center Under the Knife. So it's a really cool series to check out, for sure.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of those, but I haven't tried them out.
I would recommend any of the Wii games. Second Opinion is really hard. Like, Atlas kind of got bashed for Second Opinion because it was, like, brutally hard, so they kind of turned down the difficulty on, like, New Blood and Trauma Team. But they're pretty affordable, the Wii ones, so they're definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, I've got all the Wii games. I've never played the DS versions though, but they always look pretty cool.
Yep. So who wants to go next with their segment?
I will. Okay, I like to recommend a game I used to play when I was a child, and this is Eternal Champions for the Sega Genesis.
Love this game.
Really? Have you played it?
I have it. It's one of my favorite Genesis games.
Yeah, I have it too. It's a great fighting game. It's a 2D fighting game, and it was developed by the Sega Interactive Development Division in 1993, and it was created because of the very popular success of Street Fighter II and Mortal Kombat. Now, the game tried to set itself apart with a heavier emphasis on story, which pulled all these different characters from different time periods. The story of this game, it was basically, like I said, it took like 9 characters from all these different time periods and brought them together, kind of like into like a tournament, much like Mortal Kombat. And what they had to do is to win this tournament to get a chance to face the Eternal Champion to reclaim their soul. Now, if you are able to reclaim your soul and become the victor, you are able to return to Earth with the chance to change the fate and restore balance to the universe. So, like, the story is pretty far-fetched, kind of like Mortal Kombat, but it's an excellent game. And the 9 fighters are Shadow, which is a female ninja from Japan in 1993. Rex Coswell, which was a professional kickboxer from the year 2345. Jonathan Blade, a former police officer from the year 2030. Jetta Max, a young Russian woman from the year 1899. Slash, a caveman from the prehistoric era of the year 50,000 BC. Trident, a galactic hero from Atlantis from the year 110 BC. Xavier, a alchemist from the Salem Witch Trials in 1692. Midnight, a London-born biochemist turned vampire from 1967. And Larson Taylor, if I'm saying that one correctly, a ex-cat burglar from 1920 Chicago. And this game was pretty good success. It got a sequel 2 years later called Eternal Champions Challenge of the Dark Side, also known as Eternal Champions CD or Eternal Champions 2, which was released on the Sega CD, which featured more characters from different time periods, such as ancient Egypt and all that. So, but have you guys ever played this game at all?
Oh, definitely. Again, I'm a big Sega Genesis fanboy, but Eternal Champions had one of the most epic cover arts ever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I love that cover.
Yep.
Who's your fighters?
I always went with Slash just because he looks so badass on the cover.
I always went with Xavier because he had that one spell that could turn your opponents into stone.
Oh yeah.
So he was kind of like my Sub-Zero.
Right. Man, I haven't played that game in ages. I need to pick that one up.
Yeah, I have it sitting on my shelf, and I was just like, oh, I haven't played this game forever. I'm going to talk about it tonight.
Surprisingly, that is on the Wii Virtual Console.
Is it?
It is.
Good.
Oh, I don't know if I'll get that because I actually have the actual cartridge.
I know. Too.
Yeah. Dude, that game kicks so much ass. I played the shit out of it back in the day. My cousins had it, and every time I went over to their house, I played the living shit out of that. I don't remember any of the characters, though. I just remember Shadow, because, I like boobies.
Yeah. Well, I always played as Jetta, that blonde chick. She's like my favorite character.
I just like Slash because he reminded me of Lion-O.
The Lion-O.
Yeah, I'm a big Thundercats fan.
Yeah, me too. I love Thundercats. Have you seen the new Thundercats cartoon?
I have not, but I've heard good things.
Oh yeah, I've watched every episode so far. It's really awesome.
Yeah. And doesn't the Lion-O from the old cartoon play the dad, the voice character, or the voice actor?
He plays Lion-O's father, yeah, in the new one.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you
That's
noticed
cool.
that the voice of the new Lion-O is actually the same person who does the voice of Terry McGinnis in Batman Beyond.
Cool.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah, really. I noticed it like the first episode. I'm like, wait a minute, that sounds very familiar. And then I IMDb'd it, and it's the same guy who does the voice of Terry McGinnis from Batman Beyond.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So, but that is the game I used to play when I was a kid. So, Mr. TechnosqueK, what is pissing you off this week?
Well, first, I want to say that the sequel to Eternal Champions, I believe it's like, I've heard it's like amazing as hell. And like you uppercut people into like a thing, and like it has saws, like 5 saws, and then it just cuts your body, and you just see less bones going down. It's pretty cool. I've seen video.
Yeah, the overkill moves.
Yes. Yeah. But yes, what is pissing me off today? Well, first off, EA's Origin. What the fuck? Okay, I'm trying to, play Battlefield 3 with like Pete and Jason. Almost forgot. I was about to say Johnny. I was like, wait. And it, I'm trying to register, and I put in my email, and it says email unavailable. I'm like, what the fuck? And I tried my other one, and it told me the same thing.
Welcome to my pain, my friend.
Yeah, it's so horrible. You don't need why the fuck do you need Origin to play a fucking game?
So they can keep track of whatever they're doing.
Yeah, no. That's what is pretty much the thing, because I posted a thing on before Origin ever, came out, that they were, checking to see, what you're doing if you get Origin. It's horrible. So I guess I won't be playing Battlefield 3 anytime soon. And, yeah. Also, EA, where the fuck's my road rash? What? EA, get on that right now, or I'll break your legs with the pipe that I break the YouTube people that don't subscribe to Taylor's channel. Also, today, I think Quick knows, I moved back into my mother's house, because, well, I'm not going to go into it that much, but the landlord kicked me and my stepbrother out because my mother signed the lease, and landlord's like, you're supposed to, all 3 of you live in there, but it says nothing like that on the lease at all. I'm like, well, that sucks. But guess what? The ending, I have an ending that makes me happy. Okay. I used to live in a house. It's a 3-story house, or 2-story house, 3-bedroom. That's what I meant to say. And I'm really nostalgic. I get nostalgic about a lot of things. I guess the word I'm trying to look, I get attached to a lot of things. Like, I did live in an other house before the house I'm talking about, but, I was way too young. I didn't really, remember. But I moved in to this 2-story house back, in gaming terms, I think like the end of the PlayStation era, or getting there, and the beginning of the PS2 era. And I just remember a lot of memories there. I still have it. I have this Mickey Mouse, giant Mickey Mouse stand thing where it's Mickey Mouse in a football jersey, and my brother got pissed off at me for something and was started marking it with marker, coloring his eyes, and I'm like, what the fuck? And but to end this, I'm getting that house when at the first of the year. So all to myself. So I'm really happy because I told my mother when we moved out of that house into this house that I'm in now, that one day I will have that house. And I've learned patience is a virtue.
Sounds great, man.
So there's yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
It's always nice having your own place.
Yeah.
You guys got a lot of listener questions?
Yeah, I got 3 right now if you want to get in there. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the most we've had so far. Let's do it.
Alright, we got another question from Mikey's Monarch, and he asks, what is your ideal setting to playing video games, and what weather do you like playing games in? I know this is a weird question, but I'm just curious. I prefer playing it while it's raining with my window open. I prefer playing heavy rain while it's raining out.
It's interesting.
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. For me, honestly, I don't care what the weather is outside when I play video games. When I want to play a video game, I just basically sit down and play, in my room. And, yeah, I don't really care what the weather is, so.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I don't really have any ideal setting. I just play games whenever, pretty much. There's I don't know, if it's cloudy outside, then I kind of like to play in the dark. So it's really dark in the room and just the TV on. But yeah, I just play games whenever.
That's kind of interesting because
I like it.
Go ahead, Mr. Squeak.
I was just gonna say I like it whenever it rains to play a horror type game, because it's dark outside and you can't it's it sets.
Can't see your face.
What?
Said you can't see your face. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say horror?
Yeah, horror. Not. Oh my god.
He's catching on now.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it sets the mood.
It is a kind of interesting question because I prefer to play when the weather's kind of crappy, especially if it's raining. I like to have the windows open, and I like playing in the dark as well, mainly because if it's nice outside, I'm kind of an outdoorsy person, so I much prefer being outside. If the weather's really nice, I don't really game that much. But, if it's really crappy weather, if it's cloudy, looks like it's going to rain, I'm all about getting some gaming done.
Okay, we have a second question by Mikey's Monarch, and he asked for a second question. This is a video game unrelated question. Lately, I have been getting into anime again and was wondering, what is your favorite cartoon or anime TV show? This can range from Dragon Ball Z to Spider-Man.
Alright, well, I was born in 1990, and a lot of great cartoons from that era. And, I'm a big cartoon anime. Well, not really anime. I mean, sort of. not really. Yeah, I'll just name off a few cartoons and whatnot. The X-Men 90s cartoon, Batman, hell yeah. The Spider-Man one, even Spider-Man Unlimited, I love that one. Ed, Edd n Eddy, that's my favorite action cartoon from, well, it's not really 90s, but it was out in 99, so yeah. Shit, there's a lot of them. Angry Beavers, Rocket Power. But yeah, I started out as a Nick kid, and then I found Cartoon Network. I was like, holy shit, all these cartoons are totally better. I even like Space Ghost Coast to Coast. And SWAT Cats. Oh my god. SWAT Cats. Yeah. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But, yeah. There you go. Your turn, Dan.
Let's see. Well, obviously I love the old school Ninja Turtles cartoons. And then I also love the early, very early Simpsons. Like, I lost interest in the Simpsons, like, after, like, I don't know, season 10 or whatever, but the really early Simpsons were fantastic. There's a lot of cultural references, and they were just really great episodes. I also like Family Guy and stuff like that, South Park, Adventure Time, and what else? Let's see. Trying to think. Well, I love, like, the classics, like Tom and Jerry and stuff like that, the Looney Tunes. And then for anime, I'm not the biggest anime person, but I watched FLCL and loved that show. It's a really brief anime series. Like, I think it's only like 6 episodes, but it's epic. It's a fantastic series. And I also like another anime is Claymore. And then one of my personal favorite animes that I actually used to actively watch like every episode was Initial D. I love that series. But I think that's it for me. So, what about you, Clive?
Well, I watched a lot of cartoons, but I'll just name off the ones I used to watch when I was a kid. Again, Ninja Turtles, classic. Those are definitely one of my favorites. The Real Ghostbusters, I used to watch all the time, and my absolute favorite superhero cartoon of all times has to be He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Both the classic and the new one that came out in 2003. But, I like the X-Men, I like the Spider-Man, the Batman animated series that Techno mentioned. Basically any cartoon that has to involve superheroes I really love. For anime, I like Bleach, Naruto, Trigun, Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, Ronin Warriors.
Oh, man. I love that. Ronin Warriors was awesome.
Yeah, it's basically like a male version of Sailor Moon, but yeah, it was a good one. So, that's about it, but my absolute favorite has to be He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Yeah. How about you, Cody?
Man, I watched so many cartoons growing up, just to name a couple. The original Japanese, I guess you would call it, unedited Dragon Ball series. I absolutely loved it. Of course, I love Dragon Ball Z and GT as well, but I love the original Dragon Ball. I love Gatchaman, or more noticeably known over here as G-Force. I loved all those cartoons, Thundercats, and all that good stuff. There's just too many I can name off.
Yeah.
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 I also like the...
I watched the shit.
Forgot to mention this, but like, it sounds quirky, but I really enjoyed the really early Pokemon episodes. when it first came out. Those were
Yeah.
fantastic, and the early ones were
yeah.
the early ones were so well done, and like I love that one of my favorites is when they introduced Squirtle, and he's like in the part of the gang or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Oh,
like
the Squirtle Squad.
Yes, with the sunglasses.
Squirtle Squad. Yeah, it was badass. Or like one of my favorite moments was when like I forgot, it was a really early episode, but like when Scyther cuts like Pikachu's ketchup bottle, like he's like so attached to the ketchup bottle, and he cuts it, he's like all crying and stuff like that. That was hilarious.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, the early Pokemon episodes were fantastic.
Alright, and our last question is from Mr. Ed, and he asks, what is your favorite one-liner in a video game? I don't know about you guys, but mine would have to be Magneto from the X-Men arcade, from Magneto, where it says, welcome to die. Like, I am Magneto,
man.
master of magnet. So, that one is mine. Welcome to die.
I don't know what my favorite would be, but one of my favorites is from Robotnik from Sonic Adventure 1. He says it a lot. It's get a load of this. And it's hilarious.
Well, we can't forget about come get some.
Come get some.
But I do, one of my favorite, well, there's so many great one-liners, but, you know, Trials in the Sky has, like, Trials in the Sky is loaded with one-liners with treasure chests, and those are all, like, fantastic, because you, like, take the item out of it, but then, like, you go back to it, and it's like, you can interact with it, and it's like, you look in the treasure chest, surprise, you find nothing. It's like, were you expecting something? It's like, every single treasure chest has like a one-liner in that game, and they're so well done. But man, so many from so many different characters. I can't really just think of one.
How about you, Cody? What's your favorite one-liner?
Balls of steel.
Ashley from Resident Evil 4, don't come.
Don't come?
God.
Who says that?
Ashley from Resident Evil 4.
I'm trying to picture the scene.
I bet you are.
Naughty.
I totally forgot. I totally forgot about RE4. All those one-liners.
Or
from
anything,
the merchant.
Anything that comes out of Dante's mouth from Devil May Cry. Pretty much everything that comes out of his mouth is cheesy as hell. You can't forget about the King of Duke, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic.
I'm going ape shit.
My balls, your face.
Peekaboo, I kill you.
Oh gosh.
One of my favorites that I forgot about is from, one more quote is from BioShock, and it's when you go into, like, the main guy's office. It's been a while since I played it, but there's a sign, and it says, no gods or kings, only man. So it's, like, one of my favorites. I love that.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that game's fantastic.
Would you kindly?
Would you kindly? You hear that so much there, nigga.
Yep.
Or the infamous Fox McCloud, sorry to jet, but I'm in a hurry.
Do a barrel roll.
Barrel!
Can't forget about that one. Come on.
Yep. Use the boost to get through.
Alright, well guys, that is episode 5 of the Press Start podcast. Again, I would like to thank Mr. Cody, aka DonDonRaiden, for joining us today.
Yeah, guys, I really appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. It was a blast.
Yeah, it was. Why don't you plug your channels and your podcast one more time for the listeners?
Again, you can check me out on YouTube at The Average Gamer Show. Just search The Average Gamer Show or DonDonRaiden. Those are both of my channels, as well as AverageGamershow.com.
Sounds good.
Right on. And where can our listeners find you, MrTechnosqueek?
They can find me on YouTube.
No way.
Yeah. YouTube. Dude,
No,
it's YouTube, man. What?
You talk about this YouTube thing every week. What is this thing?
Huh?
I don't know.
Hey.
I don't know. But yeah, I've said it enough times. You know, capital M, capital T, capital S, and remember 2 E's.
Right on.
Yeah.
And where can our fine listeners find you, Mr. Dan?
They can find me on YouTube under Nostalgic Dan 1. They can like me on Facebook. I have a Facebook page, which is Nostalgic Dan, and Twitter, Nostalgic Dan, and Twitch.tv live streaming is Nostalgic Dan. So what about you, Clive? Where can our great listeners find you?
Well, they could find me on YouTube as QuickFreeze4, and that's the number 4. And you can also find me on Facebook. If you search for QuickFreeze4's Game Room, you can like me on there. And that's about it.
Sounds good.
So, and
Awesome.
yep, that's pretty much it. And I just want to say before we sign off, if you guys have any questions for any future episodes, remember to email us at pressstartpod@gmail.com.
Yep.
We are on iTunes.
Oh, yeah. In case they don't know, from the people on YouTube, we are on iTunes finally, so.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Where can they
Like,
find
you
us
wanna
on
wait.
iTunes?
Where can they find us on iTunes?
Yeah.
I don't even know, honestly.
The
because
Press Start Podcast.
Yeah, is that what it's called, Press Start Podcast?
Yeah, I'm sorry. If you guys go to the iTunes store and type in Press Start Podcast, it should be the first one that pops up. You can find us by the black with the NES controller. That is our logo. And that is us. So subscribe, leave comments. It helps us out there, and all that wonderful jazz. So,
All right.
it's time to leave you guys.
Bye, guys.
Alrighty.
That wraps up episode 5.
See ya.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace,
In
everyone.
the bag.
Huh?
I love you all.
So,
I love you guys.
I love my listeners.
you don't love me.
Yeah, you're right. I don't love you.
No.
I love Dan, though.
Where's my love?
All right, you get a little bit of love, but not much.
You get some loving.
That's not right. My beard deserves more than that.
Love the beard.
Yeah, love the beard, not the man.
Meanies.
Gotta make your own website just for your beard. Just pictures of your beard every day. One upload a day of a new beard shot.
You know what? I might start a separate blog on the website dedicated to the beard. It'll be a beard blog. The beard itself will blog.
Today I was dragged along as Cody went to the market.
That is funny.